Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, January 24, 2022. The Jamaican government and the European Union have partnered to implement strategies that will support citizen security. The €20 million or $3.5 billion Jamaican dollar initiative was officially launched on Thursday and will run over 4 years. The funds are being directed to the Zones of Special Operations, ZOSOs, to achieve a reduction in criminal activities and provide self-improvement and empowerment opportunities for the residents. There is also emphasis on the rehabilitation of police facilities, parenting programs, and enabling professional qualification and certification of at-risk youth. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says citizen security is the most fundamental objective of national security in Jamaica today.
It presents the most comprehensive approach to guaranteeing the delicate balance between the security of the persons and their democratic coexistence. It is regarded as a concept that best lends itself to addressing the problems of crime and violence from a human rights perspective.
Head of the EU delegation to Jamaica, Ambassador Marianne Van Steen, says the EU supports government's aim to look for structural changes and evidence-based interventions that focus on prevention.
This approach takes more time, but we firmly do believe that it should lead to better results in the long term.
Outgoing Chief of Defense Staff at the JDF, Lieutenant General Rocky Meade, has been acknowledged for his stellar contribution to the force during his 38 years of service. Governor General Sir Patrick Allen says the former Army Chief's achievements at the helm of the force is the formulation of a strategic plan to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the JDF.
These initiatives will do much to strengthen the operations and capabilities of the Maritime, Air and Cyber Command, which include the Coast Guard, Air Wing and Special Forces. The Caribbean Military Academy, another groundbreaking formation operationalized under his leadership, has broadened the JDF's capacity to educate and to accredit soldiers.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness says Lieutenant General Meade has laid a solid foundation on which the new commander will continue to build.
Your commitment to education, the achievement of high standards, the maintenance of these high standards, and your commitment to the young people of this country has produced significant changes across this country. We too share your vision of a JDF that can continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with any military anywhere in the world.
Their comments come as Lieutenant General Rocky Meade retires and Rear Admiral Antoinette Weems Gorman takes over as the Jamaica Defense Forces Chief of Defense Staff. She's the first female to hold the post. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, has been gifted with resources to assist with the operation of shelters. 1,000 shelter management vests and 250 emergency shelter signs, valued at over $3 million, were donated to the agency by Flow. Acting Director General of ODPEM, Richard Thompson, says the items will support the overall National Shelter Management Program.
Part of it is to also ensure that our shelter managers are easily identified and that our shelters are easily identified having extensive signage.
There are over 867 officially approved shelters across the island. Vice President and General Manager of Flow Jamaica, Stephen Price, says the gesture is part of the company's support for the country's National Disaster Management Program.
The increasing intensity and frequency with which disasters are being experienced worldwide demonstrate that there's a critical need to enhance and support the government during periods of disaster and continue to do so in very practical and various ways.
Jamaica and Spain are to craft a memorandum of understanding to collaborate on various aspects of tourism development and economic transformation. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett made the announcement following a meeting with Spain's Minister of Industry, Trade and Tourism, Reyes Maroto, as they attended FITUR, the annual international travel and tourism trade show held in Spain from January 19 to 23. Minister Bartlett says he and his Spanish counterpart had extensive discussions regarding various areas of recovery and the reimagining of tourism as a driver of economic growth and transformation. Those discussions included the role of the United Nations World Tourism Organization, UNWTO, as a critical institution for securing the academic and practical applications necessary to redevelop the new tourism that will enable small countries and small and medium-sized players to have a more equitable experience and recover much of the lost revenue. Minister Bartlett also used the opportunity to invite Minister Maroto to Jamaica's first ever Global Tourism Resilience Day, scheduled for February 17th at the World Expo in Dubai. The day will focus on the ability of countries to build capacity to respond to international and global shocks and be able to predict with greater certainty their responses. And finally, the Ministry of Education says registration for the Grade 4 Primary Exit Profile for 2022 administration will be done electronically via the PEP online registration system. The registration portal at pepregistration.moey.gov.jm is now open and will close on Tuesday, February 15, 2022. The age eligibility criteria for registering for the Grade 4 PEP 2022 are students born in the years 2011, 2012, and 2013. A bulletin from the ministry advises that the only exception to this is if there is documentation to prove that the student is a ward of the state or has special needs. The bulletin also states that no student should be allowed to sit more than one grade-level PEP examination in the same year. For example, for 2022, no student should be allowed to sit the Grade 5 PEP and the Grade 4 PEP. School administrations are also advised to ensure that all students who will be sitting the PEP 4 are recorded on the list of candidates and that their biographical information, such as name, date of birth, and gender, are correct. PEP provides a profile of where the student is academically, the student's strengths and weaknesses, and their readiness for Grade 7. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.